She was counting down to her wedding day, telling everyone she had finally found the perfect man. But what she didn't know was this. The man she was about to marry was already going home to another woman every night, cooking with her, sleeping beside her, raising children with her. And the most painful part? She discovered the truth because another woman was wearing her robe. Amara had always been careful with love, not because she didn't believe in it, but because she had seen what love could do when it goes wrong. Growing up in Lagos, she watched her mother cry herself to sleep more times than she could count. Her father had been the kind of man who made promises he never intended to keep. So Amara made a decision early in life. She would never allow herself to be fooled. She would never love blindly. She would never depend on any man for happiness. And for years, she kept that promise. She built her fashion business from nothing. She worked late nights, saved every naira, pushed through every struggle. By the time she turned 29, Amara was everything people admired. Independent, focused, strong. But deep down, she was tired. Tired of being strong all the time. Tired of going home to an empty house. Tired of pretending she didn't want love. Because the truth was, she did. The day she met Daniel felt like fate. It was one of those ordinary afternoons that suddenly becomes unforgettable. She had just finished delivering dresses to a client when she bumped into him at the entrance of the building. The fabrics slipped from her hands. Before they could touch the ground, he caught them. "I've got you," he said softly. She looked up, and for a moment, everything else disappeared. Daniel had a calm confidence about him, the kind that made you feel safe instantly. "I'm Daniel. Amara?" That moment should have been just another passing encounter, but it wasn't, because later that evening, he called her. Daniel came into her life like a dream she didn't know she needed. He was consistent, attentive, intentional. He didn't play games. He didn't disappear. He showed up every single time. He brought breakfast at work, waited for her after long days, listened to her dreams like they mattered. "You deserve a man who sees you," he told her one night. And for the first time in years, Amara allowed herself to believe it. But perfection always comes with a price. There were things that didn't make sense. Daniel never let her visit his house, not once. "There's nothing special there," he would say, or "I don't like people in my space." Then there were the phone calls, late night calls he would step outside to answer, messages he would quickly hide. And the strange part, he never stayed overnight. Never. No matter how late it got. At first, Amara asked questions, but every answer came wrapped in reassurance. And slowly, she stopped asking, because when love feels good, the truth becomes easy to ignore. 6 months later, Daniel proposed. It was simple, private, perfect. He held her hands and said, "I don't want to lose you. Be my wife." Amara didn't think twice. She said yes, not knowing she was saying yes to a lie. Amara threw herself into wedding plans. She picked colors, chose fabrics, designed her own dream dress. Her friends celebrated her. Her family prayed for her. But Daniel was slowly pulling away. He avoided conversations about his family, delayed introductions, changed topics quickly. "We have time," he would say. But something inside Amara began to feel uneasy. A quiet voice, one she kept ignoring. That day started like any other, normal, peaceful, forgettable, until it wasn't. Amara was driving through a neighborhood to deliver a dress when she saw it, a car she knew too well, Daniel's car, parked outside the house. Her heart tightened. What is he doing here? Something didn't sit right. She parked slowly across the street. Then she waited, and that was when her entire world collapsed. The door opened. A woman stepped out, calm, comfortable, at home, wearing a robe, Amara's robe, the exact one Daniel had once smiled at and said, "You look beautiful in this." Her breath caught. Before she could think, 3 children ran out of the house, laughing, excited. "Daddy, Daddy!" And then Daniel appeared, smiling, relaxed, happy, like a man who had nothing to hide. Because it was. Amara didn't feel her legs as she walked, didn't feel her heart as it shattered. She just moved,
straight to the gate. Daniel saw her and froze. Everything changed in that moment. Amara, his voice shook. The woman looked confused. Who is she? Silence, deadly silence. Answer her, Amara screamed. Daniel stuttered. I can explain. Explain what? She cried. You're getting married to me while living with another woman? The woman stepped back, her face pale. Daniel, what is she saying? Amara removed the ring slowly, her hands shaking. I'm his fiancé.
The air changed. The woman gasped. The children stood frozen. Daniel had no words left because there was no lie big enough to fix this one. He had been living two lives, and both had just collided. Amara walked away, not because she was strong, but because she had nothing left. She cried in her car, screamed, broke down completely. Everything she believed in love died that day. Weeks passed. Amara shut the world out. She didn't answer calls, didn't open messages. Daniel begged, apologized, showed up at her door, but she never opened it, because some betrayals cannot be forgiven. One morning, she looked at herself in the mirror and made a decision. She would not let him destroy her. She went back to work, poured her pain into her business, worked harder than ever before, and slowly she started to rebuild. Months later, she met Ethan, a customer. Simple, honest, different. He didn't rush her, didn't pressure her. He respected her silence, and over time, he earned her trust, not with words, but with consistency. Peace, no secrets, no lies, no fear, just love, real love. 2 years later, Amara stood in another wedding dress, but this time there were no hidden truths, no second life, no deception, only peace. As she walked down the aisle, she smiled, because now she understood. The man who broke her was never meant to keep her. Sometimes the greatest betrayal leads you to the greatest blessing, and sometimes losing the wrong person is how you finally find the right one.